Alright, so this is our first video on answering questions that people have been asking us about our relationship. Alright, so of course it's me, and the person holding the camera is Jenny. Say hi, Jenny.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, you don't have to wait, they can't see. It's fine. Alright, so we will take turns asking a question and answering. So I'll start by asking a question, and then I will answer it. And then we'll switch, and then Jenny will ask a question and then answer that question. Alright. So the first question is, what's it like to be in an interracial relationship or marriage? And for myself, I don't really have any different feelings, whether it is someone who is from my own cultural background or from someone else who is from a different cultural background, or in this case from a different whole country. But I think it comes with some obstacles, some difficulties already. You have to make sure that the person understands you and the person can communicate well, at least enough so both of you can exchange your ideas freely. That's with any relationship. But in this case, it is a actual language problem. So sometimes there's some misunderstanding between me and Jenny. Sometimes it's just maybe just like details, like certain details. For me, I need more details in an answer, and for her, it's just like a simple answer, and then I should immediately know what she's thinking. But I think that's a problem I've experienced in many of my past relationships. Assumption, right? So no real difference to me, I think. So now we're gonna switch it, and we're gonna go to Jenny asking and answering a question. All right?
Okay.
So,
An interracial relationship or marriage means challenge for me. Yes, I challenge myself and I challenge Trey. And so now the second question is what?
Wait. What do you mean challenge? What kind of challenge? How's it challenge?
Challenge different understanding to life.
Anything else?
Different standards, different attitude. Yeah.
Okay.
To life.
So you think it's challenging being in an interracial relationship?
Yes, because we have different standards, a lot of differences.
Okay, so because there's so many differences.
Yeah, I think mostly are physical.
Physical? What do you mean? I'm a boy and you're a girl. That's...
No, I mean, from psychological, we can find a lot of common points.
Mm-hmm.
But from outside, a lot of differences. We can't avoid that.
Okay, I guess we'll talk about that later in other questions. Sure.
Another question is, what's the biggest challenge for an international marriage?
All right.
I think it's the biggest challenge will be different habits. For example, like the food you eat. It's like I like food, but maybe you don't like that. But sometimes I try to supply you my favorite food, the food I think that is the best for you and me. But you maybe think, oh my God, what's that? Is that food or is that poison? So it takes time for me to explain. It's not poison. It's something healthy, and it happened in China for a long time. So yeah, it also happened in America. I mean, American style food. Maybe when Trey supplied me some food that I cannot understand it's healthy or not. Maybe from Chinese traditional idea, it's not healthy. So I need to fight with traditional ideas or old viewpoints.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So now I will ask Trey's idea about this second question.
Right. So So what's the question? What's the biggest challenge for an international marriage? In my opinion, I guess I'll agree with Jenny on some parts. The habits. We can talk about food in general. Yeah, there are some foods I'm not familiar with. And to be honest, Jenny likes everything. So she thinks everything is good. So she's always like, ooh, try this. Ooh, try this. Ooh, try this. And I'm like, it doesn't even look like food. How can I eat this? But I guess there's just different ideas of what is healthy and what is not. Now, to be fair, I do tell Jenny that this is tasty but not healthy. Like, I will give her that disclaimer. So it's not like I'm saying, here, try this mac and cheese. That's it. No, I'm going to tell you, like, mac and cheese is completely not healthy, but it tastes great. Right? Or when we had waffles, I said flat out, we went to Waffle House. I said Waffle House is tasty, but definitely not. I mean, it's tasty, but definitely not healthy at all, right? So I agree on some things like cheese. Like, I think cheese is okay in moderation, but sometimes she doesn't like cheese. Now, of course, it depends on what kind of cheese and the dish, but overall, she's like, nah, no cheese. So the biggest challenge would be just getting used to each other's normal life. And living here in China, I'm at least have a good idea of how her life has been. And when she came to America, she found out how spoiled I am compared to traditional Chinese life. Right? So we have learned more about each other, and I think it's a good thing is that we're still exploring the possibilities of how complex this relationship will be in the future. All right, so we're gonna go to the next question. What is, how do you feel when you walk in public? Personally, myself, in China, I do not feel comfortable. I mean, I feel comfortable with her, but when I walk in public, I never feel comfortable whether it's just by myself or with her, because I know people are staring. I know they're staring more at me than her. But then after they stop staring at me, then they're staring at her and wondering why she's with me. Why is this Chinese girl standing with this very tall, non-Chinese person? And if anyone knows me, I know I like my privacy. Like, my family knows I don't really like to publicize things. I don't like to have attention. I just like to kind of be a wallflower. I like to be in the hidden shadows. So I don't like having thousands of people every day stare at me and stare at her and then start talking, whispering, and gossiping. So it makes me frustrated, and I don't know. It bothers me a lot. So I guess let's now hear what Jenny has to say about it.
Okay. When I walk in public with Trey, at the beginning, I could feel other person's idea. They may think, oh, is she a translator, or is she his wife? And they will stare at me for a long time, and I would feel uncomfortable at the beginning, but later, after we got married, I become not so uncomfortable. But actually, I think if so many people have negative idea or different viewpoints to you when you work with a foreigner, different who is different with Chinese much, you will feel you will kind of aggressive when they look at you. You will want to ask them why you do this to me. But I try to balance this, and I think it make me more calm and stronger. Yes, it's kind of psychological skill. Yes. And now the next question is: are the stereotype true for your wife or husband about their culture
or ethnic
background?
Right.
Yeah, some because for Chinese, for most Chinese, we learned different countries' culture from textbook. We had very few opportunity to meet these international friends face to face. Mostly are from TV and newspaper, textbooks, or from teachers. So something kind of like rumor. After I had a lot of international friends, I found some are true, some are wrong. For example, the true is most foreigner or most international friends they like using strong or not strong cologne or perfume. It's maybe it's strong for Chinese. We don't use cologne or perfume in our life, so that is true. And another is most of them they take shower twice a day, whenever it's summer or winter. So that is it's like a story for us, because not every Chinese can do this unless you are from a rich family. So we hold a suspicious idea about that. We think it's just a story. Is that true? Is there so much resource in that country can offer the people to enjoy this kind of life? Yeah. So, and of course, something wrong we found because we always heard about foreigners. They are very open. They make girlfriends or boyfriends wherever they go, and the attitude to marriage is very casual, never serious. But actually, I found it's not true. It's wrong. I found most of them they are serious about marriage. They could have a lot of ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, but it's very difficult to let them say, to let them ask for marriage. Very difficult. So that's not a true stereotype. Yeah. So let me ask Trey about his idea.
Yay. All right. So is it true about my wife's the stereotypes true about Chinese people? Well, that's a problem. At least in America, and I know other countries have separate stereotypes about Chinese, but generally the stereotypes would be they're bad drivers, and they are sometimes cheaters. They try to cheat you out of money, but still they want to do business with you. I've also heard that Chinese food, that when you eat Chinese food, you'll be hungry 2 or 3 hours later. And I think that one's funniest. Now, everyone has their own, they hold their own biased ideas against different cultures. Like, for example, me, before I even was interested in different cultures and trying to help international students in my own country, when I thought of Chinese people, I thought of Kung Fu. I'll be honest. I thought about, people doing Kung Fu in the streets, and there's tons of Kung Fu schools everywhere, and then every month or so, you'd have different Kung Fu academies and different dojos fighting against each other for honor and prestige. But that's my own ignorance. The same problem is that in America, at least when it comes to traditional Chinese life, we don't know much besides what we see in documentaries and TV. But we do have Chinese people, or at least Chinese branches. Like we have Taiwan people, we have Hong Kong people, and we do have some mainland Chinese as well. But by the time they become comfortable enough to speak with the majority of the American population, they're already Americanized. So the experiences they tell us are from second or third generations. They're not from a first generation point of view. So modern China, as it is now, is still kind of lost upon us. I know some of my friends, they think Chinese people eat dogs all the time. Right? You see a dog in the street, well, someone's going to kill it and eat it. Or they're going to eat insects because they just enjoy eating it. And And true, some of that has some basis of truth in it, but that's only because of their history. But modern China is no different than modern America, and so the stereotypes are not true, but there are some people who carry on that specific belief or idea in life. And I've met some of those people who do eat dog, but they come from maybe more poor provinces from the West, and I do have met some people who eat insects, but again, that's a completely different cultural thing that's inside, it's a subculture inside China. So they've done this because their parents did it, and their parents did it because of the famine that happened in the previous growing pains of their current government. So it's not completely true, but there is one, and I'm gonna have them. Sorry I have to say this: Chinese people are not that great at driving, and it's not their fault. I've seen some driving schools here in China; they're not teaching them correctly, and then when you only teach someone half of what they need to know, they go out there and they create more trouble for everyone. So, in my opinion, just strictly my opinion, Chinese people are not the best drivers, but with more training, they could be. To be perfectly honest, I'm amazed that I don't see more accidents on the street. I don't see more, fender benders on the street. So they do have a great level of focus. It's just more training is necessary. Huh. So next question is, how did you feel about your spouse when you first met them? This one's funny because we both actually have a similar opinion. When I first met Jenny, I didn't trust her. I didn't believe anything she said. But at the time, I was hopeful that, and I still have hope, that people who want to speak with international people, Chinese people who want to speak with international people, I hope that they have true intentions of wanting to become friends, not just use them for English speaking or use them for some kind of social status increase. Like, oh, hey, look, my friend's a foreigner. Oh, yeah, I'm a rich person, or I have a very popular lifestyle. But I didn't trust her just because I'm always very cautious. So in the beginning, when she said she could help me, get to my hotel, I wasn't sure if she was actually going to take me to my hotel, or was she going to take me to some kind of shady, some shady black market hotel where I'll get robbed and I'll have someone cut open my body and steal my organs. I didn't know what was going on, but I was tired and I was jet lagged, so I trusted her. But when we were going in a direction that I knew of, I knew at least in a general direction of where my hotel was, then I started to believe her more. And when she helped me with getting my hotel room, which was already organized, it's just they had misinformation about who I was. Then I started to believe her more. So it took multiple acts on her part to gain my trust. Right? So in the beginning, no, I didn't trust her, but after a few months, I did. Right? It worked out okay so far. All right, finished.
Okay. Yeah. So when I saw him first time at Shanghai Pudong Airport, I felt he was suspicious. The reason was that was my first time to pick up foreigner from airport, and his flight was not late, but he came out up from from custom. It's about 2 hours late. Because I was reading the board. The board shows which flight come from Chicago to Shanghai, and the time was I think it was 2 p.m. But I waited for 2 more hours. So I was thinking, is that true? He took this flight to come to China, or was that a joke, or was I played with some guy? So I already had plan B. I told myself if he still would not show up, I will leave Shanghai at that night. And finally, after around 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., showed up, and with a military bag, green color. So because I didn't know his detailed background before, so I thought, oh, he was a soldier before. So soldier in China is kind of reliable or trustful person. So it seems he's not so dangerous. So then I arranged him to go to a hotel, but still, I think I thought he was suspicious. I could not trust him completely. So I think both of us have the same feelings.
Okay. All right. So that will be the conclusion of the first part, because we have many other questions, but we've discovered that as we talk, the videos become longer and longer. I think this video is like about 20 minutes or so. I'm only guessing from what the estimation of the clock says. So this will be the first part, and we will probably have at least 2 more parts to discuss these different questions. If you have any more questions or anything you'd like to know more in detail, please just email me or send me a message somehow, and me and Jenny will get to it. Again, remember that this video is only our perspective, our opinion of a international, interracial relationship. This video, of course, is just, I guess, a way for us to vent our frustrations. But in no way, in no way is this any kind of official statement about interracial relationships as a whole. Okay, some are good, some are bad. So again, we will talk to you guys later, and hopefully the next videos will be better. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.